So yesterday I have given you homework, right? I asked you to write a program to display the student grade. First of all, we need to check whether he is pass or not. So I asked you to read 5 subjects marks. Okay, let us say class name is grade. Now, inside main method itself, I'm gonna write the code, or else let us write the code inside. Okay, first let me show you how to write inside main itself. Later we can add the code in some other function, some instance function. Okay, so here we are going to read the inputs from the user, right? 5 subjects marks. Therefore, I need to use nextInt method. All integers only. NextInt method 5 times used both now. Therefore, I shall use nextInt. I need to use scanner class. So scanner s equals to new scanner. Let me create object for the scanner class, and the syntax is scanner s equal new scanner constructor system.in. You need to pass this one as constructor argument. Now ask him to, display him to enter his marks. Enter your marks one by one. Okay, need not to be so specific. It's a sample program, right? Enter marks. That's it. So actually we can put a loop here. 5 marks, right? You can write the code nextInt and you can put it into loop, which will iterate 5 times. Okay, for 5 subjects, 5 iterations will be done. So we can do that, or you can simply write the nextInt 5 times. Okay, fine. Anyhow, we are here concentrating on if else if, right? If else if and nested if. Therefore, we should not bother about these loops. Let us write 5 times only. Anyway, okay, so let me declare 5 subjects marks. So S1 equal to, assume this is subject, right? Or simply you can write maths. Maths equals to S dot nextInt. You're going to read the max mass into M. So copy it and paste it. So totally we have 5 subjects marks, right? So M, and next is some assume physics, and next is some chemistry, next is some English, and next is some Telugu. Okay, so we have 5 subjects marks. I am reading with the help of nextInt method, and nextInt method belongs to scanner class. Therefore, create object for the scanner class. As you are using scanner class, you need to import util package. Import java dot util dot scanner or util dot star. What is the difference? Tell me, Joshua. What is the difference between util dot star, and util dot scanner?
స్కానర్ అంటే ఆ ఒక్కటే ఐ మీన్ ఆ ఒక్క ఆ ఒక్క క్లాసే వస్తుంది. యాస్టిక్ అంటే అన్ని వస్తాయి.
Sorry. Okay, fine. So here we have read all the 5 subjects marks. Now it's our job to count the total. So total equals to M plus P plus C plus E plus E. So all the subjects total. Fine. Now calculate the percentage. Percentage is going to be decimal value, right? So double some PER. Let us say the variable name is percentage PER. So percentage equals to the total marks of the student into 100 by the total actual marks. That is, here we have 5 subjects, right? Let us say each subject marks are out of 100, therefore total 500. So be careful with the expressions. You better provide the complete numerator into brackets. Of course, the previous one works, but be careful. Expressions are going to be evaluated in some other type, right? Like what is going to happen if this is the case? If you have some plus or minus here, highest priority is given to into modulus and division operator. Next priority is given to plus and minus. If equal priorities are there like this, then it is going to be evaluated from left to right. Okay, so if you get confused in such expressions, you better provide brackets. It will be clear. Now, what is going to happen is, if we get 73.3, 73.0 will be going to store in percentage, because total is integer, 100 is integer, 500 is integer. What is going to happen if integer is divided by integer? It is going to give the result in integer only. Even if the answer is 2.5, it will give 2 because 2 is 5 is integer. Listen, here I have 5 by 2, some expression 5 by 2. So what is going to be the answer? Not 2.5, it is going to be 2 because integer by integer always gives integer. So even though this is double value, the variable is double type, first the right side of the equals to operator is going to be executed, right? And this is going to produce integer value, and the integer value will be stored in percentage as double format. If the person gets 73.3, it will be given 73 only, and this 73 will be stored in percentage as 73.0. So some part of the value is missing, right? Therefore typecast it. How to typecast it? Simple, bracket open close, double double. Actually this doesn't work. No, not this. You better give typecast here. Okay, so let me convert it into double. Typecasting వచ్చా?
సార్ ఫ్రాంక్ గా చెప్తున్నాం రాదు సార్.
లిజన్ ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు a ఈక్వల్స్ టు 5/2 అంటున్నా నేను. I have an expression 5/2. What is 5? Integer. What is 2? Integer. Integer by integer always gives integer value only. Integer division, right? So 2.5 is the actual answer, but the decimal part will be truncated. So 2 is going to be stored in A. Okay, now what if I give float? Previously A was integer, assume A was integer, so we were getting 2, but now I am giving float. I am declaring A as float. Now what is going to happen means the right side expression will be evaluated first. So 5/2 would generate 2.5 only, 2 only. 2.5 is the actual answer, but integer division, right? Therefore it will produce 2 only. And this 2 is going to be stored in A, but A is float. Therefore it will not become 2.5, it will become 2.0. అర్థమైందా? 5/2 generates 2.2, just 2. The 0.5 will be ignored. And if it is stored in some int A, it will be stored as A only, stored as 2 only. But here we are thinking anyhow A is float value, right? So the complete 2.5 is going to be stored. No, first it will check the right hand side. It will not bother whether it is int or float or char anything. First it will do the right side operation, and it has generated 2, and this 2 will be stored in the variable at left hand side. And what is that variable? A of type float. So 2 is going to be stored in A, but this is float, right? Therefore it will be stored as 2.0. Actually the answer should be 2.5. Okay, so now for such conditions we need to typecast. Actually what is the answer? Integer by integer is always an integer, right? Integer division. Therefore I need to make one of these integer as float, or double. Okay, if I make one of these value as integer, sorry, as float, then the answer will be float. Okay, suppose let me make you clear. 5/2 gives you 2. Okay, 5/2 would give you 2, but 5.0, 5.0 by 2 will give you 2.5 because one of the value is float value. Here both the values are integer. When integer is divided by integer, answer is integer. But here one is float and one is int, right? Therefore 2.5 will be given. What if 5/2.0? Yes, this is also one of the values float, right? Therefore answer will be 2.5. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna typecast one of these value. I'm gonna make one of these values as float. Let us say we shall convert 5 to 5.0. And how is the process? We need to typecast. Typecast means before that value, mention the data type in bracket. So this is typecasting. Now 5 will be converted into 5.0 for this line. Okay. Initially it was 5/2. Now it is going to be 5.0 by 2. So this is typecasting. We are changing the type of the value. Here 5 is integer. Now it is going to be 5.2. Is that clear?
ఎస్ సార్.
Okay. So that is why I am changing total to double. Actually, it was total into 100, right? But I am changing the value of total to double. Okay, now it is going to give me the exact value and it will be stored in PER. Okay, so let us first check whether it is giving correct value or not. Some, okay, let me print total equals to total equals to, and how to concatenate? Plus symbol, right? Concatenate operation. So total. Same way, PER equals to PER, percentage equals to some percentage. We shall see whether it is giving right answer or not. Save, so some grades. The file name is grades. Let us go to command prompt, change the directory, Java, cd Java, now Java C grades dot Java. Compilation is going on. Okay, so now Java and the class name is grade. Grade are grades. It's grade. Okay. So run. It will ask to enter 5 marks. So let us say 52, 63, 41, 96, 54. Yeah, so we are getting the answer in decimal value. Percentage is 49.8. So you understand, right? Typecasting. If you just give total by, let us say I'll give the same values. I'm not typecasting total to double. Total is still integer, 100 is integer, 500 integer. Now we shall see what we are going to get. I'm gonna give, okay, I need to save, right? Save, compile, run. So let us give same marks, 52, 6, 41, 96, 54. So what we were getting? We were getting 49.8, but we are getting 49.0 now. So you understand, right? The value will be 49.8, but all are integers. Integer division will give you integer only. Therefore, it is changed to 49. But that 49 is stored in percentage, a double value, right? Therefore, it is showing it as 49.0, but actually it is 49.8. So that's why we need to typecast. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Tiradu Java, sir. Very good. So now let us see. ఇదంతా ఇప్పుడు అనవసరం. Now we shall see our main point. We need to check whether this guy is pass or not. Student is pass or not. So first we need to check whether he got marks 40 or above in all subjects or not. So what would be the condition? Few of you have done yesterday. First check the first subject. M greater than or equals to 40 or not. Okay, M greater than or equals to 40 or not. And now comes the logical operators. I'm going to have, listen, I'm going to have multiple conditions here, multiple relational operators. P greater than or equals to 40. Next, C greater than or equals to 40. I'm going to check whether he got 40 above in all subjects or not. So these are my conditions. I'm going to have multiple conditions. P is greater than or equals to 40 or not. So I have totally 5 relational expressions. Now these 5 relational expressions must be combined together, and that can be happened with logical operators only, either logical or logical not. Here my requirement is all the conditions must be true. It should be passed in maths, it should be passed in physics, chemistry, English, Telugu. In all subjects he should get more than 40. Then we are going to calculate his grade. Therefore, what is the requirement here? All conditions must be true. Then only the complete
Logical and
expression should be true. That means here we need to have logical and. Got it? Clear?
yes, sir.
Logical and. If any one of the condition can be true, then we can go with or. But here logical and is the solution. Okay, this is the condition. Now, if this is true, this else block, if block will be executed. If this is false, else block is going to be executed. Okay, if he is passed in all the subjects, we are going to check his grade in this if block. Okay, check the grade. If this is false, false means he is not passed in all the subjects, then obviously we should display him as fail, right? We need not to check his grade anymore. Okay, that is the scenario. So let us display fail, failure message first in the else block. So FAIL, okay, fail. For failure candidates, we will not calculate the grade. Okay, so now let us do our nested if job. That is, we need to find the grade now. So grade means, actually this can be included here only. Okay, these two. For every person, you need not to find the total and percentage, right? If he is pass, then only you should find the total and percentage. So you can include that part in if only. What if some person, some candidate is fail in any one of the subjects or more than one subject? He's failed, right? First of all, he didn't get 40 in all the subjects. Then you need not to find the total and percentage. For the candidates who are pass only, we are going to get the grade. Therefore, we need to include this in if block only. Okay, fine. So now, if, how to find the grade? If else if, because the conditions are, if he got more than 75, you should display him as first grade, sorry, distinction. If the percentage falls between 60 to 74, then he should be declared as first class. If he got between 50 to 60, he should be declared as third class, right? Like that. So multiple conditions, we need to go for if else if. This is nested if inside an if. But this nested if is going to be if else if. Okay, so if percentage is greater than or equals to 75, we should display distinction. Let me copy and paste printing statement. Okay, let us say distinction. Okay, Matanaina. Next, else if, second condition. The percentage is greater than 60 and percentage is less than 75. So two relational operations are joined with logical operation, greater than 60 and less than 75. Okay, so then display first class. Next, let me copy this whole thing. This is first class, right? Next, 50 to 60, 50 to 60, greater than or equals to, actually here, greater than or equals to 60 and greater than or equals to 50, less than 60. That means up to 59, 60. So this is second class. Okay, listen. Now only two situations are remaining. One is third class and one is fail. But for fail, we have already included that, right? So here you need not to check condition for third class. You can simply put it in else block, because you are going to have only one more choice, that is third class. Fail cannot be included here because fail is already included in the else block here itself. No one below 40% is going to come in this category, in this if block. If anyone got more, less than 40%, he would directly go to else block. That is the mathematical expression, right? Because in each subject, if he got minimum 40, he will come here only. So there is no chance for a candidate to get less than 40 in this block. So directly you can include the third class. That is only printing statement, right? Not na Babu. Yes. So else block third. Okay, so this is the code. Let us say some student got 40 above in all subjects. Then this condition will be true. The control will enter into if body. Total is calculated, percentage is calculated, and based on the percentage, final percentage, these grades will be displayed. Any one of this condition will be true. If he got more than 75, this statement will be printed. If he got between 60 to 75, this statement will be printed. If all the conditions, I mean, if these three conditions are true, then else block will be executed. Third, what if a person didn't get any 40 in all the subjects? Then the control will directly go into the else body here, outer if else body, displaying fail. Clear? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Let us say 100, 90, 80, 60, 50. Oh my god. A06 is sana. మళ్ళీ ఇస్తా 1 second. ఫెయిల్ ఎందుకు వచ్చిందో మీరు తర్వాత చెప్తాను. ఇది మంది సమ్ 100, 60, 80, 95, 65. These are marks. Distinction. Okay, 1 second. Let us display the percentage also. So before displaying his grade, let us display his percentage also. Percentage equals to PER. So some 100, 95, 65, 85, 70. So 83.0 percentage, that is distinction. Now let us see some 20, 60, 80, 50, 60. What is going to happen? Fail, because he got less than 40 in one subject. అర్థమైందా?
ఎస్ సార్.
ఏంటి అంత డల్గా చెప్తున్నారు మిగతా వాళ్ళకి?
Yes, sir.
అర్థమైంది సార్.
ఓకే ఫైన్. లిజన్, ఇంకా కరెక్ట్గా చూస్తే here you can simply give this condition only. You need not to add this condition, because అది మీరు అనలైజ్ చేసుకోండి. Anyhow, if we got more than 75, here this condition will be true, and the control will execute this body and comes here right to the end part. There is no chance for going to the second condition. కరెక్ట్గా ఆలోచిస్తే here these are not required for this program. You may be requiring such kind of statements, such kind of test conditions in other programs, but this here you need not to have. You can skip this also, but you better include this. ఓకే, ప్రాక్టీస్ కోసం. అర్థమైందా? కరెక్ట్గా ఆలోచిస్తే ఇవి అక్కర్లే, ఎందుకంటే ఫస్ట్ స్టేట్మెంటే ట్రూ అయిపోద్ది. ఓకే, ఎనీ అదర్ హోంవర్క్? నో, రైట్? సో లెట్స్ గో టు ద నెక్స్ట్ వన్, దట్ ఈస్ conditional operator statement. Conditional operator statement. So after if statements, the second control flow decision making statements are conditional statement, and next comes the switch case. Okay, we were learning flow control statements. In flow control statements we have decision making statements. Under decision making statements we learned if statements, simple if else, else if ladder, and nested if. Now it's time to learn conditional operator statement. Actually this is an operator, but this comes under conditional statements also. Conditional operator statements. Okay, and what is the syntax of conditional operator? Expression, question mark, value 1, colon, value 2. Can anyone explain me this?
అంటే ఫస్ట్ ది రైట్ అయితే అది ప్రింట్ అయిపోద్ది సార్, లేదంటే సెకండ్ దానికి వెళ్తుంది.
Yes, here expression will be
అక్కడ
evaluated. చెప్పండి.
కంటిన్యూ చేసింది.
Here expression will be evaluated. If the expression evaluated to true, value 1 is the answer. If the expression is evaluated to false, value 2 is the answer. Okay, this is an alternative to if else. Okay, this is a condition. If this is true, this will be the answer. If this is false, this will be the answer. Just like if else, right? If block and else block. True block, false block, like that. Suppose I have x equals to a greater than b question mark A colon B. So this is the expression. Assume I have int x A equals to 5, B equals to 10. So this is the code. Now tell me, this is the condition, right? A greater than B. True or false? A 5 greater than 10. False. Therefore, the value 2, this is value 2 and this is value 1. After question mark, it is value 1. After colon, it is value 2. So when the expression is false, value 2 is the answer. So B is going to be assigned to X. When you print X, it is going to display 10. Okay, in this way. But here we are going to see nested conditional operator statements. Here you can, here for this statement, you can also write using if, right? If A is greater than B, what is the answer? X equals to A. Else, X equals to B. The same thing is written here in the form of conditional statement. So we call this alternative if else. Now what if I try nested ifs? Nested ifs means nested conditional operators. Okay, so next one is nested conditional operator statements. That means we are going to have expressions inside, at the place of values also. Here, you're understanding, right? We have expression 1, I have expression 1. So after the question mark, I have one more expression 2. And after the colon, I have one more expression 3. So I can nest further expressions here. Is it clear? So what is going to happen? Expression 1 will be evaluated first. If this is true, the control will go to this part. The control will check this part. And here it is not getting any value. It encountered one more expression. So one more expression is there. One more conditional expression is there. Therefore, it will act accordingly. Okay. So let me elaborate here. Assume I have one more expression here. Expression 1, right? Expression 1, expression 2. So here I have expression 2. For that, I have some value 1 and some value 2. Okay, in place of your expression, actually this should be expression 3, right? Okay, let us say some expression, that's it. Not to number, just remember. Okay, so actually here we use it to have value 1, but in place of value 1, I have one more expression. Same way here I used to have value 2, but in place of value 2, I have one more expression. Expression, question mark, value 1 of this expression, value 2 of this expression. That's it. So this is nested conditional operator statements. So here I have an expression. If this evaluates to true, the control will go to this part, just like if else. And here I do not have value directly. I have one more expression. So one more expression means the control will act accordingly. That is, it will check this expression, and this is true. Value 1 will be the answer. Then the whole answer will be value 1. If this is false, value 2 will be the answer. Then the whole answer will be value 2. Okay, let us say expression is false. Then the control will move to this part, the value 2 part, but there it encountered one more expression. Then it will check the expression. If this is true, this value 1 will be the complete answer. Otherwise, this value 2 will be the complete answer. Then nested ifs lo syntax chusam kada. Okay, the same thing is given here. Advatna? Hello.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
Okay, now let us. This is just like nested ifs, right? Alternate to nested if. Nested conditional operator statement is alternate to nested if. Now let us see an example. Let us say the program to find the biggest of 3 numbers. So biggest of 3 numbers using nested if and this nested conditional operators. Okay, so the syntax for nested if is nested if. So first let me add if statement. I have 3 variables A, B, C. Okay, and we are going to read values in them, blah, 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 blah. After that, we need to check whether A is greater than B or not, the first condition. Okay, let us say I have if body and else for this body. So when A is greater than B, checked and it evaluated true, can I declare A as biggest of three numbers? Can I declare? Can I declare or not?
No, no, sir.
No, because A is greater than B, but also A should be greater than C. We have three variables here. Therefore, I need to check one more condition, that is whether A is greater than C or also not. So check whether A is greater than C. So once A is declared bigger than B, now it's time to check whether A is greater than C or not. So therefore, it will be included inside this if block, that is nested if. Okay na? First A is greater than B, true అయితే లోపలికి వెళ్ళి A is greater than C అని check చేస్తుంది. Now if this condition is true, you can declare A is big. Okay, because this condition is true and this condition is also true. Therefore, you can declare A is big. Suppose, now tell me, Jashma, Nava,
సార్ ఉన్నా.
now tell me, this is complete if block. Inside that I have if else. This condition is true. Okay, A is bigger. This condition is true. A is bigger. So we displayed A is big here. What if this condition is false? If this condition is false, what is going to be printed? What we need to print? And where we need to print? Listen, ఈ కండిషన్ ట్రూ అయింది, లోపలికి వచ్చింది. ఈ కండిషన్ ఫాల్స్ అయింది అంటే ఇక్కడికి వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ ఏం రాయాలి ఇప్పుడు? ఏం డిక్లేర్ అవుద్ది?
Else A is small. Sorry.
హైలైట్ C is big అమ్మాయి. లిజన్, చూడు, when will control reach this point? When this condition is true only, control will reach to this point. This condition true means A is bigger than A is bigger than B declared. And this condition false means A is not bigger than C. When A is bigger than B and not bigger than C, obviously C is bigger, right? You need not to check whether C is bigger than A or not. C is bigger than B or not. Okay, let me repeat. A is bigger, valid. I mean, it is granted. That's why the control entered here. And A is not bigger than C. That's why the control entered here. That means here you need not to check whether C is greater than B or not, because when A is bigger but A is smaller than C, obviously C is bigger than the two, right? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is with the if block. First condition is A is greater than B. Inside that you need to check whether A is greater than C or also not. Okay, you need to check with C also. So we are performing condition when this is true. When if this evaluates true, we can confirm A is big. When this is not evaluating true, but this condition is already true, right? Therefore, in the else block, you can simply write C is big. Now let us come to else block of outer if. When will the control enter into this else block? When this condition is going to be false. When this condition is false only, the control will enter into this else block. The control has entered into this else block means this condition is false and artham. Then B is greater than A ane kada. When A is greater than B is false means B is greater than A. Therefore, can I write B is big here? Can I write?
No,
Because
sir.
this condition is false kada. Because
No,
this
sir.
condition is false, right? So can I write B is bigger? No. Yes, this condition is true. I mean, this condition is false means B is bigger than A. But B should also be bigger than C, right? Let me repeat. The control will move into this body, else body, when this condition is false. This condition is false means B is bigger than A. So we cannot write B is bigger than directly. We need to check whether B is bigger than C or also not. Okay, so B is bigger than C or kada. This is also true. You can print B is big. If this is false means, Jashma chappu, else block వస్తుంది ఇక్కడ. ఫాల్స్ అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి?
A is big.
వాహ్ 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 వాహ్.
ఏమైంది నేను?
C is bigger అండి. లిజన్, మళ్ళీ చెప్తున్నా. కనిపిస్తుంది కదా స్క్రీన్? ఈ ఎల్స్ బ్లాక్ లోకి ఎప్పుడు వెళ్తుంది? ఒక్క నిమిషం ఇదంతా కొంచెం ఫార్వర్డ్ చేస్తా, మీరు కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవుతున్నారు. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ ఇది ఎల్స్ బ్లాక్ లో ఇప్పుడు దీని బాడీ. ఇప్పుడు దీని ఎల్స్ బ్లాక్, ఇన్నర్ ఇఫ్ ఎల్స్ బ్లాక్. Okay, so listen, the control is here, that means this condition is false. B is greater than A and Ardham. Therefore, we cannot write B is bigger here. We need to check one more condition, that is B is greater than C or also not. If B is also greater than C, you can print B is bigger. But if B is not greater than C means C is bigger ultimately, because it is proved that B is bigger than A. That is why the control is here. But it didn't prove that B is bigger than C. B is bigger than A but not C means obviously C is bigger. That's why the else block will contain C. Okay na? అర్థం కాకపోతే మళ్ళీ చేయండి. నాన్నకు ప్రేమతో ఆడు బాల్స్ గురించి చెప్పినప్పుడు వీడియో పెడతాడు కదా, అలాగే మీకు వీడియో ఉంది, చూసుకోండి. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈజ్ విత్ నెస్టెడ్ ఇఫ్. నౌ లెట్ us do it with nested conditional operator statements. So let me write A is bigger than B. The first statement. Okay, so this is condition, right? So this is the condition, and this whole block is this expression, this part, and this whole else block is this part. Okay, now here I need to check one more condition. When will the control move into this part, the value one part? When this condition is true only. When this condition is true means A is bigger than B. Then we need to see whether A is bigger than C or also not. If A is bigger than C here, this condition is also true, then obviously the answer will be A. That means we are going to assign the bigger value to some variable, let us say. Okay, let me add the bigger value to A, to X, and let me print that. Okay, so A is bigger than B, true. And now A is bigger than C, true, then A. When A is bigger than B, but not A is bigger than C, then obviously C. Okay, now let us say this condition itself false. That is, the control move to else part, that is this part. So here we need to check whether B is greater than C, because it is proved that B is greater than A here. That is why the control is here, right? When this is false means B is greater than A only. So now we need to check whether B is greater than C or also not. If this is also true, the answer will be B. Otherwise, the answer will be C, because when B is greater than A and B is not greater than C, answer would be C is greater ultimately, right? So that will be moved to X and we will print the biggest value. Adi babu matter advaina.
Yes, sir.
This is with nested ifs and conditional operator statement, nested conditional operator statement. Okay, so tomorrow I'll explain switch case.